Welcome back to another episode of Foods and Dudes Los Angeles. I'm your man, Chef Ryan Loomis here. Today we're gonna do a quick and easy dish full of flavor. We're gonna do a grilled cod with a coconut fennel broth. And to help me with that, my brother, my best friend, one of the guys that just is, I see this dude every day. Give it up for my man, Mr. Travis Starr for 2 hours.
What's up, man?
What's up, man? Love you, brother. All right, let's jump right into it. So first I'm gonna have you clean and cut this fennel. So just start off by breaking off the small stalks and placing them in that bowl right over there. All right, so we've known each other, what, 15,
16 years.
something like that, and we actually met.
16 years of my life.
Listen, all right. No, we actually met at a nightclub, or kind of like, what is it, like a game night?
Like an adult game night.
Yeah, that used to happen in LA every weekend, very popular, and I mean, we've been good friends ever since, man.
Yeah.
So you're not originally from LA.
Of course not. Who is?
I am.
I mean, you said who? Like,
Okay, you're like, right. So tell the people where you're from.
Originally from a little city called Muskegon, Michigan.
That is where.
It's right there.
See?
Right on Lake Michigan.
So if you don't know, Michigan's the shape of a mitten. So when people ask where they're from, they always point to their hand like this, different parts of the hand. So what brought you to LA?
Well, I have been, I was originally came out here to do acting.
Okay.
Yeah, and did a few things, and you know, of course, you've been in my life so long. Tragedy hit, so
Yeah.
I stopped doing that for a while. But eventually, I'm gonna get back into it.
Now, can you talk about that?
Yeah, I can talk about it. Not to bring the show down or what have you, but when I got my first major commercial, I got my first commercial. So what am I gonna do? Well,
Chop this up. So start off by just slicing
slicing them off.
Yep.
All right. So when I got my first major commercial, I had told my son that I had
slice that up there.
like this one.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. All right. I had told my son that hey, your dad had a audition, and I think I got it. So when you come out here to visit me, I'll be going to set, and I'll take you to set with me. And he was excited or what have you.
Let's place those in here.
He was excited or what have you. And then when it happened, the day before I got my call for my audition, I got a call from my aunt at the scene of my son getting hit by a car. You know, my son passed away. And he got instantly, when he was 15, 3 days before he's supposed to move out here with me. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, sorry to hear that. It's always rough, like you were here and he was there, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I know I'm very familiar with it because my kids, believe it or not, live in Michigan. So being a father, long distance, how does that affect? Now let's chop these up while you do that.
So how is it just means you have to be more consistent about calling and trying to spend as much time as possible. Now when I first moved out here, I was going back home every couple months or what have you. Then eventually, that gets expensive, but you just got to keep up a relationship, and even though you're absent, be in present, if you know what I mean. I have a daughter also. She's at Michigan State University, a senior. Mm-hmm. And then I have my baby girl who's out here with me.
So tell me more about your story, man. About that story about your son.
Okay, so after after my aunt called me, I cried, you know. And then you were one of the people that came over, a bunch of all our friends. And then, you know, I cried and I got through it. And then the next day, I felt like I was okay, but, you know, I felt like I woke up and I felt like I was about to stroke out, you know. And I got,
I mean, it's got to be hard because the circle of life, the way it goes is our children bury us.
Yeah.
And we don't bury our kids.
That's correct. Yeah, and so, so
we're just gonna do like a rough chop on those.
Okay, check this out. And so, the very next day after I found out my son died, they called me and told me I got the commercial. So, you know, I really didn't want to do it, but, you know, I mean, my son was so proud about it. So I went on ahead and did it. And then, like I said, I felt like, you know, the next day I had to go to the hospital. And they said I had what was called a complex panic attack. And with the panic attack, you know, I was at the hospital, I was crying. And at the same time I was crying, I was praying, and I was, you know, thanking God. And the more I cried and the more I thanked God, the angrier I got, you know. And, you know, it's okay to be angry at God or what have you, because, you know, we're human. And then as sure as I'm talking to you right here, while I was crying and I was praying, God came to me and said, did you forget that I was in your same shoes? I gave my son for you, and it was time for you to return the favor. I need him for a greater work. And I was like, all right, God. All right, great work. And that just kept going on in my head. And then, you know, fast forward to the eulogy, my little brother is a minister. And, you know, I called him and I said, man, it would do my heart glad if you gave my son his eulogy. And he said he would be honored. And I didn't tell him, I got up and spoke at my son's homegoing, and my brother didn't tell me what his message was gonna be. And when I got up and I spoke, I said, you know, I was a good kid, but I wasn't you know, it took me before I to move to LA to be a great kid, you know, to my mom or what have you.
Please watch your fingers.
I'm watching it. But yeah, I said my son has always been a good kid. And he was a great kid, actually. And then I said he was always thoughtful. He came up with his own nonprofit, you know, about anti-bullying. And so when my brother started doing his eulogy, he didn't even tell me what he was talking about, and I didn't tell him that I was going to get up and speak. But the name of his sermon was "Some People Are Born Great to Inspire Others to Be Good." And then you know, some are born great to inspire others to be good. And then I'm just thinking to myself, greater work, greater purpose. And then I still was going on after my brother got done preaching, they got done counting 750 people was at a 15-year-old's funeral. And that's how great my son was. And after he got done preaching, over 200 people came up and gave their life over to the Lord. So greater work, greater purpose.
Man, trust me, it's the onions, not because of your story. but really, bro, I am proud of you. Proud, and I know he's proud of you. Not only for sharing your story, but also, you know, just continuing, because I know it could have been so hard to just give up.
Easy to give up.
Excuse me, yeah, it's so easy to give up. And the fact that you're pushing through and knowing that he was great so other people can be good, you know, inspired me, you know, because, you know, it just, as a father, you know, it just keeps me going, you know, and to see you keep going in spite of the trauma, the hurt, and everything like that, bro, it's just,
yeah.
Bruh. Whew. All right. Hey, Jesus turned into water.
I'm gonna keep it. You know, I've been able to get people through. I've had other friends that have had children that passed away and had to get it through. It inspired me to be able to just, trust God, because people don't understand that term really is trusting God, because if he can get you to it, he can get you through it.
Oh,
so
say that.
That's what people have to understand. When you find yourself going through hell, why you gonna stay there? Keep going.
Right. Keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
I know that's right. So let's keep it moving to get these onions chopped up. All right, and next, okay, let's get this fish prepped up before we get it on this grill. Add just a little bit of olive oil to it. Yeah, we gonna massage it up in there. Make sure to get it off. Make sure to get it on both sides for me.
All right now.
And then, so this is just a little bit of jerk seasoning.
All right.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's get it.
All right, put that over for me. All right, now rub that in. You know how to rub that meat, boys. All right. Now we're all prepped. Let's get to cooking. All right, so now we got everything prepped. Let's get everything in the pan here. So go ahead and grab that butter for me.
All right.
Wrap in here. All right. Also, squirt of that olive oil to keep it from burning. Yes, sir. All right. Go ahead, mix that all up in there. Let's throw our vegetables all in there. Yep, go ahead. All right. Here, I'll take that. All right. So, outside of acting, you also do real estate, right?
Yes, sir.
What kind of real estate is it you do?
I do residential.
You got that garlic for me?
That I'll,
We're adding some garlic, by the way. Go ahead.
Yeah, I partner with some people when I need to do residential.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of market are we looking at? No, just the garlic.
Just the garlic?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I always tell people it's always a good time to buy. And the reason why I say that is because, not just because so I can get a check, but I'm saying it's always a good time to buy, because even though the interest rates are high as a giraffe, you know what, the price of the houses have kind of leveled out, and some have even gone down. And what I would suggest, in my opinion, is if you want to buy, because people say I'm going to wait until the interest rates go down, that's not a good thing to do. Because once the interest rates go down, the housing costs go back up. So
it's kind of like a scale.
Well, it's a scale. So basically, right now, if you can afford to get a house and pay that high note, you'll save yourself $50,000, maybe $100,000 or whatever, depending on the cost of the home. Just eat that note up and then refinance, because election time they always dropping the rates and stuff like that. Gas will go down during election time too. I can't wait for that.
Right.
$7 a gallon I paid not too long.
Electric cars are looking a lot better.
Much better.
Right.
And then as far as housing goes, I kind of recommend people, in my opinion, when you are looking to buy a home, if it's your first time, I say buy doors. And what I mean by doors, get you a duplex, a triplex, a quad. You can stay in one of them and have the other people that you rent out to pay your mortgage.
How does that work?
So basically, say for instance, you have a 4-unit apartment. You charge rent in 3 units. That rent in those 3 units are going to cover your mortgage, so you're living rent free, basically, because you're covering your mortgage. But what I tell people is still pay yourself rent. So even whatever you're paying, pay yourself rent, put it in a high interest savings account. And then in 2 years, you can use that money to a down payment on a single family home that you don't have to worry about. You get yourself in a single family home, rent out the other unit that you were in, and then you can use that money to cover your mortgage on your single family.
So a single family is one where
it's just a house.
Okay.
And it's in a single family. It speaks for itself. Single family versus multi-family.
Gotcha. Okay. Wow. And so when you get that single family, you still keep the other,
and you got passive income. Like the stock market or what have you, people always need somewhere to live.
Right.
It's fine, you got these people saying that you can pay for phones with somebody else's money, but you gotta have credit for that.
Go ahead and grab that coconut cream and a can opener for you. So what we're gonna do, now that these are pretty much translucent and everything, and the flavors all throughout, we're gonna add our coconut cream to the fennel and onions and garlic. All right, so pour that coconut cream in there. Let's go. Look at that.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. All right. Ooh, that's sexy, man.
Hey, yeah, hey, don't be over here.
Hey, bro. I love you, man. That smells amazing. Last, we're gonna add the chicken broth to it. Go ahead and grab that.
All right.
Pour that in there. Let's go.
Let's get it. How much you need on here?
All of them.
All right.
Give me all of that. Give me all of that. All right.
That's that barnyard pimp juice.
Pimp juice. All right, so now we're gonna separate. I'm gonna put it on the lowest setting for about 15 minutes. Cover that up. Let's go. Let's get it. All right now. All right, let's get this fish on the grill. All right, so it looks like the fish is done. Ooh, look at that. The broth is done. Now it's time to plate it.
All right, all right.
Hold the plate for me. It's a bowl. That's it. Listen, whatever it is, you hold it for me.
So am I getting veggies or just broth?
You're gonna get both, and we're gonna ladle it around the fish itself.
Okay, you got me trying to be bougie and stuff.
There you go. Vegetables too. There you go. Right around the side. More over here. And one more.
Ooh, it smells good.
Right? That's
Man.
Let's go. All right, that's enough. All right.
All right.
Now before it's all said and done, we're gonna garnish it with some more of these fennel sprigs here.
What type of flavor does fennel give?
Believe it or not, fennel almost gives like a licorice type flavor.
Like black licorice or licorice?
Black licorice.
Oh man, how's that gonna translate, you know?
Well, here's the thing. It does.
All right.
It'll translate only because it's not actual licorice. The black licorice is very sweet, very pungent. This isn't pungent. It's very subtle with the onions and the shallots and the garlic, along with the coconut cream and the chicken broth. Perfect. Go ahead. I'm gonna have you sprinkle a little bit of there you go, just a little bit, right? And then I'm gonna have you finish it with just a little bit of salt.
Oh, you trying to have me be salt baked?
There you go. One more, and we're just. All right, y'all, here we have it. Grilled cod with a coconut fennel broth. My boy Travis did his thing. Looks and smells delicious.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. You ready to try it?
Man, you know it.
Let's go.